Hey guys,
Welcome to the tea.
welcome to the tea with me and Ree.
I thought I was supposed to say read, but
Okay, I'm
okay.
sorry. Let's do it
Because I was
again.
slow last
Yes,
time.
yes,
You go.
yes, redo. Hey guys, welcome to the tea with me and
Read!
here we talk about motherhood, we rep God, wifedom, and everything in between. Our goal is to educate and support and promote women and also small businesses. So, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you like the content, well, no, you don't know about the content yet because if you're new, you don't know. But if you're coming back to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you're new, welcome to the Girlfriend Tea channel. Glad to have you.
Yes.
So,
And we have a special guest again.
we do. Again, y'all should be so familiar with her. She is, I can't even say she's a guest. She's like a friend to the podcast. Now she's one of the girlfriends. The
Yeah.
girlfriends to the T. So without further ado, go ahead, Rhea. I'm gonna let you introduce her again.
Okay. So this person who we have been proud to feature on the podcast is better known as the Hope Dealer. She works in higher education. She is a fabulous Black female who is
Mm-hmm.
doing her thing in her own right. She is none other than my soror, Miss Tomeika Bennett.
Tomeika,
Pum, 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 pum.
Uh-oh. Yes, that's the sound effect. I know, but last time when I was like, okay, Sharita acknowledged our beautiful, beautiful sisterhood. And I was like, can I ski weed? And then I was like,
You can, we
listen,
can.
honey.
Don't
I'm
get
gonna
me
tell
started.
you, we went to one of my friends here. We went to an Alpha scholarship event over the weekend. I was like, I dusted off the brakes and was like, you know what? Let the young people, because the vocal cords.
The vocal cords, you gotta get warmed up.
Ooh, honey, honey. So, but anyway, thank y'all. I'm so glad to be back. So glad to be back.
yes,
We glad to have you back
yes,
as well.
yes. Tress, number Tress.
Trey.
Trey, yes.
Yes.
So, this go around, y'all, we talked about to school or not to school for the last couple of episodes, but now we want you to get up and close, personal, intimate with Miss Tomeika B. So she is going to tell you about her platforms and a little bit about the Hope Dealer. So where did that originate from, and how long have you been known as the Hope Dealer?
Yeah, so oh wow. So the idea of the Hope Dealer, honestly, it was kind of an organic kind of experience. I saw this young woman one day, and honestly, it was just a graphic, and she had on a t-shirt that said the Hope Dealer. And it just really spoke to me because of the fact that I have found that I am a little bit of a natural encourager. It just happens. And just I have these moments of I honestly, from the perspective of all of us, we share a common faith. I do believe that's just part of my spiritual gifts that God has given me, just to be a person that speaks life into others. So that's really what it came from. It was just one of those days where I saw a picture. It was like a spark of inspiration, and then things just started. And when it hits me, I share whatever that piece of wisdom is that I'm given, because I'm just a firm believer in that we're not an island unto ourselves. So whatever comes to me, it has benefit for others as well. So from that, I started making posts. And I was very blessed. A young lady that is also an African-American female entrepreneur that I'm so incredibly proud of. I served her years ago when I was a trio counselor, Denisha Macon of Macon Designs. She just one day, and that's again just creatives. I have so much respect for her. one night I had posted something, and within a few minutes, me not even asking, she sent me a template and was like, "Here, you need a template for your post."
Wow.
And I was just like,
That's
Lord,
awesome.
just to be blessed in that way, and to watch even just her be able to have a platform to continue sharing her gifts. I was like, hey,
What's
and
her and what's her platform?
Denisha Macon, 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 like Macon, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Designs. Check her out. I am so, and I guess that's part of one of the reasons with me, the Hope Dealer concept is just that I love uplifting other people, and she is one of my students that has become like a friend and family, but also that reversal of just the mentoring, so to speak, and the encouragement and the way she speaks life into me a lot of times. So incredibly proud of her. She and I, Lord, that another day when we talk about just life and all of that kind of stuff. Her story is so beautiful, from being from a single parent home, going off to college, was in a creative and having professors be like, no, your stuff is not blah 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 blah, and then graduated, and she was like, you know what, I'm not going to work out in industry for other people. She started her own business.
Wow.
Started getting clients in, and now she's doing her own thing on so many levels, and has had contracts for the city of Columbia, a lot of people in Australia.
Come on.
Yeah. And most proud, we were really proud of the fact the day when she called and let me know, or text me, and she was brought on board for some HBO work.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So
yeah. So I think that's part of my just role as, or the way that I see myself as the Hope Dealer, is being able to be that encouragement. And when she was starting that process and being like, hey, don't give up, keep going, you're talented, because that's just the whole thing. A lot of times that people just need to hear this, just that encouragement, or just, I always say, blowing on people's embers. Because her creativity didn't have anything to do with those professors, so to speak. She just needed that credential to open certain doors, but her creativity was God-given, and because she had it when she was in high school, the stuff that she was drawing and doing. So that's part of my Hope Dealer life. It's just about being able to speak life into other people.
And how long ago did you say you started it?
Ooh, I can't even tell you. I don't even know if there's a time stamp on it. Gosh, it's been years. I would say 5 years or more. Just things that I was doing little by little on Facebook, and then when I finally got over into the Instagram world, started doing posting different things there. But by way of, even prior to just doing it from the social media perspective, it's just part of who I am.
Okay.
Like I just being able to speak into people and recognizing their gifts and talents, that's always what I'm pulling on. It's just the fact that I want people to fully embrace those gifts and talents and let it translate into whatever it is that they give back into the world. So it's been some years, but I would definitely say, from the perspective of my posting things on Instagram, that has been probably about 3 or 4 years since I've been on that platform.
Now, Tomeika, then, since you are giving out hope, encouragement to so many people, how do you tap in to be able to encourage yourself? I know sometimes, I'm speaking for me personally, sometimes it's easier to encourage others than it is to sometimes encourage ourselves. So how do you feed back into yourself and keep yourself motivated and going and encouraged and that kind of thing? What do you draw from?
Yeah, no, that's an excellent question. So, I think it's and Sharita, I can definitely agree with you in that a lot of times it is easier to encourage other people. But one of the things that I began to realize was words reverberate and words have so much power. So I, even in me speaking into others, it's also bouncing back into me and speaking into myself. So that's why I'm very, very careful in what I say to anyone as much as possible. So I encourage myself often by my own words, but I'm very blessed and fortunate to have, I mean, looking people like y'all, like Sharita, know I done had a moments where I've been, looking at your channels and just things that, just out there. And I'm like, wow. So I am very intentional about who I read material from or listen to. Is one of the biggest things where I go to encouragement. And of course, the good old Bible.
Yes.
Hey, at the end of the day, if ain't nobody else there, it's just me and Jesus.
That's right.
So you have to, that BIBLE.
That's
that part. So I try my best to be between just my faith, being mindful of what I speak into others to encourage myself and them. And I'm also an avid listener of various podcasts. My spiritual big sister, she is one of those people that helped me remain centered a lot. So part of my getting that refill is also learning how to be vulnerable with others. So when I do need that uplift, that I can say, hey, I'm feeling like I'm running on fumes. Can you pray with me? Can you direct me to a sermon that you've listened to? Can you, whatever, just to get myself back on track. So, yeah.
That's good.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ree.
I'm good.
Okay. I was going to say, so how often, and this, I guess this is just a woman thing, period, because that's what we do. We're nurturers, right? So you said you feed, words have power, and you feed back into yourself. How often do you do that? Is that like a daily thing? Is that a weekly thing? How intentional? You said you're intentional about what you listen to. How intentional are you about taking care of yourself mentally?
Ooh. Shanice done went into that, she turned that corner. She turned that corner. Well, I will say this, and I think that you brought up a very, very important thing, just in terms of us caring for ourselves. I will say, if anything, the pandemic really helped me to see a little bit of how negligent I was with myself at times, because I am the hope dealer, because I am a giver, because I am have been. I'm putting it saying have been and putting that in quotes. My Olivia Pope comes out, and I like to be a little bit of a fixer at times. So the first thing that I would say is the pandemic helped me to see how much of a workaholic I was. So I tell people the first thing is that I'm a recovering workaholic. Yeah. For real. Like, you know what? While we out here, I might need to figure out how to teach course to help people overcome.
Come on. Come on.
Now, you said you were a recovering workaholic. What were you working so much for?
And this is so that's a really good question. So the recovery process came from the fact that I grew up in a family where they just a strong work ethic. My grandparents, my parents, like I always saw them going hard. And then unfortunately also trying to beat a lot of the stigmas that were associated with people of color and Black women in particular. So it was like every time that bar felt like it was moving, I was like, I'm gonna jump over it before it even get there. So a lot of that was also just that idea of, I know I need to have a strong work ethic, but I know the system, another one of those systems, is designed to try to hold me back. So I ain't gonna give y'all no fuel to hold me back. So I'm like, if I'm working harder, smarter, moving faster, what can you do? But I then learned what it is to be burned out. And I also learned what it is that you can do all of those things. I had an amazing job, but I wasn't amazing to the people. And to be quite honest, it was because of the color of my skin. That's a conversation for another day. And that showed me that, hey, baby, sometimes you got to choose you and get in a mindset of self-preservation, because you can't, if you don't honor your temple first and take care of you. So it has taught me to be intentional about slowing down. I do try to, on a weekly basis, try to set aside part of my Saturday or part of my Sunday as a 0 day, to where I intentionally say, okay,
I like that.
Yeah, do nothing, because we are constantly moving, doing phone, while, even if our brains can't even really slow down and heal, because we got something on the phone going on, we got the TV going, we got a call that we're trying to get to, we flipping to this, it's just so much that's coming at us, and we don't realize how our body doesn't get to a place of full rest. Now, I'm a work in progress for sure, because I definitely don't get it right. I don't, because there's sometimes, I've had my therapist and my friends, other friends that have been like, so when is the last time you did a 0 day? And I was like, y'all need to stay out of my business. That's what y'all need to do.
Like, so, that's why you cranky. You need a 0 day.
Right, exactly. Why you over here looking at people crazy, making all them faces and carrying on. So I try to schedule those regularly. Definitely I start my day, whether it's in prayer, whether it's stretching, whether it's listening to worship music, those things to feed into myself. While I'm driving to work, I'm listening to a podcast. At work, part of getting balance so that I can be the hope dealer, so that I can be the best version of Tomeika, I intentionally was like, listen, I'm taking smokers breaks. I'll go outside, put in my earbuds, and say, I can take 10 minutes to take a quick walk.
That's actually so real. I used to do that, and it made such a difference with just clearing my mind with something going on, and I guess even that movement for you,
yes.
taking them away, just different scenery, and like you will always say, read that nature walk when just outside with God. I'm gonna say God and His creations. It just changes the atmosphere.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I just listened to a podcast, and they were saying that walking increases your thinking ability, your mental ability, and stuff like that. So it definitely helps. And being out there in nature and getting reconnected to, well, you say God too. I'm sorry, but yeah.
All of that.
Yeah,
it belonged to Him.
Universe, creation. He's got the whole world in His hand. He just out here.
Yes. We got all the Sunday school songs.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we gonna hit them all just about.
Listen.
Now, Tomeika, what is your goal for your Hope Dealer platform?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is that Hope Dealer is a part of my, and I say this and I'm like, I'm pausing because of the fact that I will tell y'all, like, so many times, because I am the former workaholic, and still working on this perfectionism side, Hope Dealer really falls under my umbrella of college capital. College
Oh
Capital.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
I was gonna say, y'all gonna have to fill me in.
Ooh, cha. So College Capital, initially it was just going to be focused on helping young people prepare for life after high school. But then I took the spin on, okay, what is college? College is really about universal learning. And then capital obviously is, money or anything that you can use to gain wealth. So the college capital idea, that umbrella is around what are those things that I can do that help enlighten others, that help them gain some sense of intellectual wealth, whatever that looks like. So it may be me doing career coaching with somebody. It may be me helping someone think about if they need to get into a certificate program versus a degree program. Okay. If it's, me just having a mentoring session with someone or connecting them to somebody, to a community resource. So that's where Hope Dealer is underneath that umbrella. So to answer your question, honestly, y'all, for what y'all are doing is pushing me to go ahead and unhide pages, because I have several pages hidden. I don't even know. It's just that whole, honestly, it's the perfection. Like I feel like before I start putting things out there that need to be a particular way and all of that kind of stuff. But I realize
just do it.
Push myself and just do it. Yeah.
Do it.
So, and it's crazy because we know it's the same thing. Like you said, I speak into other people so easy and be like, hey, take a leap. And then there's those moments where I have that conviction where it's like you telling people to leap, but what about your leap? So that's where I am. So ultimately I'm in this moment of rebranding. I've been spending some time revisiting some goals and writing out action plans so that I can have a better strategy around how do I stay in this lane of empowerment and excellence and do it in a way that is thoughtful and intentional. So that's the next step, is that right now I'm in a rebranding phase. Okay. And then my goal is that no later than August for my 40th birthday. Yes, I'm hoping to do a big reveal of it all. Because College Capital that's just part of me, and just the fact that I want people to be enriched, and kind of going to our previous conversations to where we said that knowledge is power. Education comes in many forms. And it's also my way to help break some of these cycles and tear down some of these systems. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to encourage you for just a minute, since you've been a hope dealer, and tell you, go ahead, take that leap.
Go ahead.
Jump off the cliff. He going to catch you on the way down.
Do it scared.
Even if you're scared, because even like if we look at this podcast, YouTube channel, as an example, it was supposed to be a podcast, but look how it's turned, and it still will be a podcast, but we're just taking steps. But look, it turned into a YouTube channel. A few weeks into it, Shanice was like, I think we should go in a different direction, which is fine. It's like, as long as you have some kind of, like, I know you say you want to operate in excellence and make sure, it's right. But think of it, it's your baby. Think of it like your baby. When that baby is born, you don't even recognize it. And I'm like, you sure that's my kid? But then the baby, they start bringing in some features, it starts growing and stuff like that. And that's the same thing that happens with your business and what has happened with our channel. What we envisioned our channel to be, it has evolved even in this short time. I don't even know what, we've only been on here, a month? A few weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's changed. We realized, hey, I think we want to change that. Hey, let's add this. Let's do that, or whatever. It is going to change, but you just got to get started and see what it is going to evolve into, so that you can just get it out there. Because the people are going to tell you what they want too, right? And you're going to also get the feedback from the people as well about what you want, just like how you were saying in the previous video. So if y'all haven't checked it out, you thought you were going to be teaching, You got to your scene, you was like, had to do a whole 180. But
Yes, Lord.
and
Ooh.
I say that because sometimes we'll put so much time and effort and attention into something, and then it's like, we end up having to change it all together, or we're scared to even get started again because you're like, I don't want to waste more
Yep.
time doing this or whatever. But it's just part of the process. It's just gonna keep evolving and growing and blossoming into what it's supposed to be. And that just ties into like us and God. We are the
Yes.
clay. He's gonna mold us and shape us. We're gonna start off
Mm.
different. What's this essay? Sometimes the winning is in the doing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good quote.
Ooh, child.
You could have put
Mm.
it in the chat so
Look,
I could read
I
it.
had a whole church talk.
I know, you said that, and I was like, "Oh, I know I got a sticky note somewhere." So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But
No.
yes. So you just gonna mold it into what it needs to be, just like God is molding us into what we need to be. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. No, I appreciate that. And I totally received that. And honestly, it's confirmation for me because the last week or so, I mentioned Felicia earlier. She's just been a godsend in my life and really has taken me under her wings like a sister. Oh, 2 weeks ago, she preached a message about the God being a God of door of hope and a door of expectation. And I've just been meditating on that and being like, you know what, he is the hope that I need, that to get me going, and knowing that I can expect that he has a good outcome for me, and just being in a place of surrender and trusting that he has it. And I think that's been one of my biggest things, is that he is just bringing me to a place where it's like, you gotta trust me. And honestly, you saying that is just super confirming. And Shanice, sometimes the winning is in doing. It absolutely is. You got to put one foot in front of the other. And just like a baby starts off crawling, hey, you crawl, then next thing you know, you toddling about, and next thing you know, you walking. Next thing.
Now I will say this: we skip a lot of steps. That baby ain't just start crawling and walking and running. They did a lot of falling too. In between. So we always talking about crawling to walking.
Yes,
it was
sir.
a lot
Yes,
of falls in between the walking to the running,
now.
from the crawling to the walking. It's step by step, but it's gonna be some stuff in between. But what is so determined about a baby? They keep getting up because they know it's something better. It's something better. I see these other people doing stuff. I gotta keep getting up till I'm at the point where I can start doing what they doing. So.
Right. Yeah. No, listen, this is my midweek service. Y'all done minister.
I was gonna say,
listen,
that's a word right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's so true, because I mean, you saying that's a reminder to me, because I think about, like I said, those Facebook pages that I have hidden. I mean, I had this whole thing called Cuppiest Cups, where I was doing candy topiaries. And
yes, I remember those too.
See, was just out here. And a lot of times it would be a courageous leap. And then when I feel like, oh, this is not going the way that is, so I just like, hide. But so that's the flip side of it, is that I am in that season of, you don't want to be hypocritical in the message that you're putting out. So part of my growth and my becoming is like, hey, if you're going to walk under this idea of the hope dealer, you got to walk in it. So woo, y'all done spoke a word. I'm like,
yes, I was gonna say that's it right there. Even if you want to be just like how you said you want to walk in it, maybe you just tell people about your process. Look, I'm not perfect. This is some of the stuff I go through. Not feeling so confident in this, but look out for this. So it's like we said, it is a process. Because I was going to ask you, so what is your handle? So right now is it hiding?
That particular handle is hiding, but if you follow me under True Sankofa, you will see all.
You got to spell that for the people.
Yes. So it's True, TRUE, Sankofa, SANKOFA, on Instagram.
But hold on, spell that one more time. True,
yes,
TRUE.
Sankofa, SANKOFA. Just
and
like
we'll try and make sure we put a link in the description
yes.
box.
So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram at True Sankofa. Drop it in the comments so y'all have it over there too.
Yeah. Me, you
So
could probably put it on the screen.
Okay, now, girl.
Click on
Ooh,
it.
that
Click on
look,
what
she
you
like,
type.
be fancy. Click it and drag it over there and see what happens.
I was gonna say you don't even have to drag it. I think you should just be able to click it.
Click what?
What she put
Oh,
in
she
the
put
chat.
it. Oh, well, listen, I was trying to type it.
Yeah.
No,
So
you had
anyway,
it.
you got it twice.
Yes. So the cool thing is, yes, that's where you can find me. I post my Hope Dealer stuff out there. And honestly, that handle is usually me just doing all kind of empowerment stuff in general. Like this past week, I was shouting out like, hey, this is the first time, and Oprah's network is doing it. It's an all Black chefs, all Black judges, soul food competition. So you will see
Ooh.
that I put stuff like I'm constantly, because it's just about it's that information flow. And so you will see all of those kinds of things out there. Like I'm super excited. I love cooking shows in general, but I was excited because people don't know, like Melba and Miss Sylvia's Kitchen in Harlem. They're from Hemingway, South Carolina.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Chef Alexander, he's from Spartanburg. It's very few restaurateurs that win the James Beard Award. He's a Black man that's one of the few James Beard Award holders for his restaurant.
Wow.
So you will get that kind of stuff from me because it's about reaching back and pulling up and encouraging, because we got some we done talked about all these career options and stuff out there that you don't necessarily have to go to a 4-year. I mean, I work at a particular institution. They have the Culinary Institute of South Carolina. Trust me, them young people coming out here opening. I got a student right now opening a food truck.
Come on, food truck.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, the sky is the limit, and that's all what the Hope Dealer is about. It's just helping you to see, hey, you have
The
potential.
sky is the limit. And just having the ingenuity and everything, because I was like so impressed. I won't say impressed, but I want to say like inspired, because I was on a walk, right? And there was a food truck Mexican food truck out there feeding the workers. And I was like, you know what? I never wouldn't even thought of that. I'm like, these guys are out here working, and yeah, they're gonna have to eat. I was like, I need to get a food truck. Like, they inspired me. Like, I don't know nothing about having a food truck, but I was like, yeah, all these construction sites. I'm like, look at them and their ingenuity. I'm like,
yes.
And they building left and right. So
yes.
Oh, trust. I'm telling you, and Sharita, I did mean to mention this to you when you were talking about your baby girl and doing the realty and all of that. I'm like, oh, my best friend just retired from the Air Force, but her Air Force retirement plan was that she was gonna. I mean, she got her real estate license. She's about to become a broker.
Wow.
She already has. She has. I don't even know how many Airbnb properties. We are looking into how we can potentially open an RV park, because that's the next thing.
It is.
It's RV parks and taking containers and turning them in
those little mini home and then the little cabin getaways. Yes. When I went to the cabin, I was like, I could do this. This ain't nothing but a little trailer that they got me staying in for $300 a night. It was a mystery shop, because y'all know I ain't paying no $300.
Yeah. But I mean, but for both of us, just the idea of generational wealth building and all of that, again, that kind of goes under that Hope Dealer thing. Like, we don't have to look at it the same way. I thank God for what our ancestors did. And for me, I look at my great grandfather and what he did to make sure that his kids, like, he busted his behind to buy land so that he could pass it on to his children that have now passed it on. I mean, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th generation. We have this land, but now our generation is being forward thinking with it. And me and my cousin, just that. So those kinds of things, when you're like, what tract of land can you buy to potentially be a hemp farmer? What tract of land that you can buy to just lease the land to somebody that want to do hemp farming? So that's, I mean, ultimately that's all the stuff that what College Capital and the Hope Dealer is all about. Is like dropping nuggets, just doing whatever to help other people be empowered and to know that they have options.
Well, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see what's coming in August.
Yes.
August, we're on my calendar.
Yes.
When you ask me, I'm gonna hold it to it.
I appreciate it. That accountability is so important, and honestly, I thank God and I thank for y'all, because I will say that's been one of my prayers. Like, please make sure that I'm being aligned with the people that I need to have in my life in this season. And I do think this is part of his process, because when we see others that are walking in their calling and their purpose, all that does is just becomes fuel for your fire. So I'm when I say I'm grateful to y'all, I am incredibly grateful.
Thank you.
We want to thank you so much, Miss Tomeika. Again, follow her handle at True. How you say that? True
Sankofa.
Sankofa.
Now you don't have it. You have it in our private chat. It's not in the public chat. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I tried to do comments. It wouldn't do anything.
Probably because it's pre-recorded.
Oh, we probably should have said that at the beginning. Y'all, this is pre-recorded.
Okay. We'll have it in the description box.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, however, like, follow me, and as y'all have things, I'll just I need to make sure that I go back and tag y'all in some other stuff that so yeah. I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining the group.
Yes, thank you, Tomeika. You have been awesome. And hopefully we didn't do too much, because we might have to have you back.
No, listen, I am more than
you know what? We are going to have you back in August.
Yes.
So you can share with us about the rebranding of College Capital. Yes. So you just tell us when the grand opening reveal is supposed to be, so we can get you on the schedule afterwards, so we can make sure you blow up.
Yes. All right, I'm appreciative of it, and here we go. Like I said, the way I'm right now writing my goals and action plan that's literally me in my notebook. Like, okay. You be trying to hold yourself accountable, my Lord.
Yes. Why do you do it?
Yes. Thank y'all so very much. And yes, by all means, if there's anything that I can ever do to be of assistance via whatever method, please do not hesitate to reach out.
We will hold you to it. And also the same for us. If you need anything, let us know. We are here to support, encourage, love on, all that good stuff.
Yes. Oh, trust me, y'all already helped me. I'm like about I needed my little notary stamp. I said, y'all can't tell this girl nothing.
Yes. Shoot. Okay, that sounds like another invitation. So we coming on for College Capital. Yeah. We coming on about the notary. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. With the notary stuff, I'm especially right now being in Greenville. I'm working on some ways to leverage that in a very specific way. Yeah. So anyway,
I was gonna say, because we will go off on.
Look, we will have a whole nother conversation.
Yes, we will. So, yes, we will. All good stuff.
Look, the people like me. I gotta go to the people's job tomorrow. So that ain't gonna be forever, though.
That's right.
No, it's not.
That's right.
It's not gonna be forever. So
claim that. So y'all, thank y'all again for watching this episode. Thank you again, Tomeika. Until next time, we will see y'all back here next week. Same time, same channel, 7:30. All right. You have a good night.
All right.
Take care. Bye. Bye.